This is the Omni audio experience. Tales from the Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury. The ship came down from space. It came from the stars and the black velocities, the shining movements, and the silent gulfs. It was a new ship. It had fire in its body and men in its metal cells. And soon the crew of the fourth expedition from Earth watched Mars swing up into view beneath them. Ray Bradbury's And the Moon Be Still as Bright.
Mars Mission 4 calling Mars Mission 3. Come in, 3. Come in, 3. We have landed. This is Mars Mission 4. We have landed. There's no response, Captain. Open the hatch.
Spencer?
Present and accounted for, Captain.
So what do you see?
Martian town. A dead Martian town from the looks of it.
Great.
Hathaway, get out here.
Sir, take some men and check out that town.
Right.
Biggs, take a look at those towns up in the hills. And Cherokee, you take the crossroads towns over there. Use your jetpacks, all of you. Look at it, Spender. It's like landing in Greece or Rome, but 2,000 years ago when it was all in one piece.
It's beautiful. It reminds me of Lord Byron.
What?
I don't know why, I was just thinking of a poem. Stupid time to think of a poem, just standing in front of a dead city.
How does it go?
So, we'll go no more a-roving so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart must pause to breathe and love itself must rest. Though the night was made for loving and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon.
Spender! Spender, quit reciting poetry and look around.
What?
At that, at the towns and the crossroads. Listen, you give me a year or two and that's where I'm gonna build it.
Build what, Parkhill?
A hot dog stand. What? It's a perfect place.
Oh, great. And how about a Taco Delight over there and a drive-in cleaners on the other corner?
Huh? No. A hot dog stand will be just fine, thanks. Here come the men, sir.
Good. Maybe now we'll get some answers. Hathaway, Biggs, Cherokee, report.
Captain, I checked those places up in the hills.
Sir, I looked at the town at the crossroads.
Are they empty?
Empty.
except for a lot of dark leaves blowing around. Biggs?
And those places in the hills, nothing living. Nothing but leaves all over.
Look, leaves? Will somebody please tell me what's going on?
This is what the men are talking about, Captain. This is what we all found.
What is it? They just look like burned leaves.
Put some in here. This should tell us in a few seconds exactly what it is. There you have it. Microanalysis.
What does it mean?
It was a Martian.
Come on, Spender. That stuff's a Martian?
Just a dried out mummy now. Except it's not old, it's new. It's new. They died within the last few days.
What, a plague?
Our bacteria got them. Check the printout.
It wasn't us. Well, it must have been the third expedition.
What's the difference, Parkhill?
What killed them exactly?
Chicken pox. It's all here. Look for yourself. Chicken pox on Earth, no problem. Chicken pox on Mars burns you to ashes. Flakes you away like charcoal and dust.
Thousands of people. Thousands. Overnight. In a few hours. They'll damn us all to hell.
Spender.
No matter what you do or say, we're all dead!
Spender, wait! Come back here!
No!
Spender, where are you going?
Captain, shall I go get him?
No. No, I don't think we're gonna see him again. Come on. Let's police the area. Set up camp.
Police the area? Look, Captain, we've been in space 300 days. How about a little R&R, okay?
What? To celebrate our arrival or their funeral? All right, okay. 2 hours, that's it.
Hey, you hear that? Captain's orders, break out the beer. All right. I knew it. Okay, guys, come on. Boy, we're gonna have a good time, huh?
Well, men of Earth, welcome to Mars.
An old library. An ancient collection of harp books that play on the wind. Who would ever dream the Martians were capable of such elegance? Here's one.
Oh, now here in the old days, long before the day and the hour of our birth, once there were seas of water upon the shore. Once in the days of the 1,000 towns and the dozen cities, once, oh, once in another time.
Huh. And what's this? An old mask made of pure silver. A Martian mask.
In the old days, long ago, oh, once when the land was young.
With 1,000 towns and a dozen cities. Before the Earth moved.
Long before the day and the hour of our birth.
Before the Earth
Second day report. Area secure, camp in place. Mars rockets 1 and 3 have been found. No survivors.
How many? 45 bottles of beer on the wall.
45 bottles of beer.
A Martian city. One time people moved on these mosaic tiles, and odd animals scurried from pillar to pillar. They built this city to last the ages. And yet they never ventured to come to Earth. Are the Martians ancestors of Earthmen 10,000 years removed? Do they have kings and wars? Do they love and hate? What's this? A bellows? No, an ancient weapon. A gun. Might have been used by the last Martian. Maybe to hunt for food. Or to defend himself.
Third day, medical report from Dr. Hathaway. As indicated, bacteria from Earth has infected and destroyed the native population. No survivors have been located.
Another one down the hatch. No deposit, no return. How about another one, Cherokee?
Another one it is.
Hey, look at that. Look at these canals. Canals on Mars after all, eh, Cherokee?
And very fine canals, too. Tell you what, why don't we take off our shoes and cool our feet?
Splendid idea. Knock me down with a feather. Why, if it isn't the elusive Pimpernel. Hey, welcome back, Spender. Have a drink?
No.
It's been 4 days. You had us worried. Captain Wilder said you'd never come back.
He was right. I haven't.
Where the hell you been?
In all the little Martian towns. First this one, then that one. Up in the hills, where the paths are streams of water you can walk in on warm days and be cool. Sleeping in the villas at night. See them up there. Right there, all the crystal pillars.
Living the high life, huh?
Sitting in the libraries, listening to the books that talk.
Books that talk, huh?
Books that sing and tell time. And talk about an old year, an old world, old people.
I tell you, it's not old anymore, because we're here.
Yes, you are.
You are. We are, Spender, you and me. Hey, you know, we're gonna rename all the hills and the valleys, all the roads, all the towns. Okay, I hereby dub this canal Biggs Canal.
Biggs Canal.
You hear that? And over there, we'll name those the Spender Mountains.
No,
Why not?
my name isn't Spender anymore.
What does that mean?
It means I've been making up my mind. Whether or not I belong to you or them.
And what did you decide, friend?
This,
What the hell's that?
a mask.
What does that make you, Spender?
Mars.
Mars? What's that gizmo?
It's this.
Biggs!
Is he?
He's dead! You killed him!
Cherokee, listen, I won't kill you. Come with me.
You're crazy!
You're not like him, don't you see? Your name, your family, your blood back on Earth. It's happening all over again here on this planet. The same stupid thing we did on Earth, don't you see? Come with me.
Why? To kill the rest?
To stop Earth, to stop the invasion.
You're insane!
Cherokee!
Pull the trigger! Kill me if we're so bad! Kill me or I'll kill you!
Cherokee, don't!
My wrist! Oh, Spender. Take off that stupid mask.
I can't. It won't come off.
Here they come.
I'm going. But I'll stop all this. I'll stop it!
Captain.
Cherokee, what happened? Here. Take it easy. Just let me look at that arm.
Don't tell me. He came back, didn't he? Biggs is dead.
Oh, I knew it.
Spender shot him. He has some kind of antique gun. He wanted me to go with him. He said you were right. He hadn't come back. What do you mean?
It means that, for whatever reason, he's become someone else now. Williams, take 2 men on burial detail. The rest of you, check your rifles and your grenade packets. Gibbs, you and you, head up into the mountains, due east.
Right.
The rest of you, circle around and try to cut him off.
Right, Captain.
Use your jetpacks to get close and then proceed on foot. Come on, let's go.
It's so peaceful up here. The breeze, the cool pebbles under my feet, and the canals. Biggs Canal. Here they come. They didn't waste much time. They'll form a net. They'll pin me down in these rocks and close in and form a circle. But not before I get one of them first. I got him! I got Williams! They're destroying the city just to get me. I've got to move. I've got to get in the library.
Hold your fire. Captain Williams is dead. Where's Spender? He's heading for the high ground. He's got into some caves. This is Park Hill. I got him in my sights. I'll blow his brains all over hell. No, I repeat, do not fire. Give me 10 minutes. If I'm not down then, move in. That's an order. Now disperse and hold your fire. Move.
Spender.
Captain, come in.
Is this what I think it is? A library?
Exactly. I'm learning very quickly.
I wish you were. Then maybe you'd stop killing and come back with me.
I'd kill them all except you. And maybe Hathaway. He has your qualities in mind. Except for my madness.
And what are you using your madness for?
To buy time for Mars. 10, maybe 20 years.
Spender, you're gonna grow old trying to shoot down every rocket that lands from Earth. It's a losing battle.
Yes, but maybe Mars can take over again by then. Don't you feel it? They're out there, watching their planet.
What, the dead Martians? Do you think they know we're here?
Doesn't an old thing always know when a new thing arrives?
I
maybe. You know, I used to think when I was a boy visiting my uncle's graves in the springtime that they must have hated our laughter, cartwheels, even our life. Listen, what did you want to bring Cherokee with you for? Was it his name? Did you want him to come as a member of the tribal Indian nations or what?
I guess.
The history of the world came back to you, that's all. You remembered Cortez and Mexico and the slaughter of the innocents. But Cherokee knows what I know. History does not repeat itself.
It does. Look around you. You're one of the innocents. Men like Parkin and Biggs will eat you alive.
Not if I don't let them. They're never going to destroy this planet while I'm alive. Spinner, give it up. Just come back with me.
To what? Park Hill's revenge? To watch Biggs throw up on ancient Martian tiles? No. I'm like a dog who will haunt every boneyard, bide my time, and pop out when least expected to pick you off one by one.
What about me? Cherokee Hathaway.
I'll take you hostage and brainwash you with harp books and turn you into Martians.
And I might like that if it weren't for all those murdered men. So I guess I'll have to go back, hunt you down for myself.
I guess that's fair. That you do it. Spender kills spender.
Yes and no. I'm not quite you. So I have to kill you. And you're not quite me, or you wouldn't have to die.
Captain, you make things so difficult. I can't kill you. Get out of here. I wish you weren't so clean and decent.
And I wish you weren't so mad.
So long, Spender. Hathaway, here he comes.
Captain, did you talk to him?
Yes, he's staying up there.
Oh, fine. I'll get him. Spender! Spender!
Park, knock it off. I'll do it. Me, not you, understand? Now all of you, fan out and report any visual contact to me, understand? Now move out.
He's probably up there watching us right now. I wonder what he's thinking.
Hathaway, move out now!
Right.
I see you, Hathaway. And I see you, Captain, looking at me. I'm here.
Yes. And I'm here, Spender. Down here, in the open. Take aim.
I've got you in my sights. I can't. Not you. Maybe the others, but not you.
Come on, fire. I'm an open target. Shoot me so I don't have to shoot you.
Why are you standing there? Why don't you fire? Is it because I'm your other self, Captain?
Captain, he's in the open. Shoot him! Kill him!
To make Mars safe for you?
For all of us! Shoot him!
You know what you have to do, Captain. It's all right. I'm tired. Do it.
Oh, I've got you in my sights. But run, Spender, run!
Kill him! Kill him or I will!
Spender, run! Spender!
Ha! You got him, Captain!
Yeah, I got him. Take care
Of what?
of Mars
Gotta take care of Mars.
Can we?
We could try.
Captain, what do you want done with Spender?
There's an ancient Martian burial tomb in the hill up there.
You really want us to...
Look, he liked this place. Let's just put him in the tomb and bury some of these with him. They were his books.
Yes, sir. His books.
Well, somewhere between what we are and what he hoped to be is our future. Do you believe that, Hathaway? Come on. Let's take care of Spender.
Right, Captain.
And it is written in the Chronicles of Mars that the Martians did sicken and die. And Spender alone saw this and was changed forever.
Hello, this is Sherry Saylor for the Omni Audio Experience. During a recent interview, we asked author Ray Bradbury if the Martian Chronicles might possibly be retitled The Earth Chronicles, since they seem to predict the Earth's future.
Well, I think it's interesting to consider the Martian Chronicles, the root system that went into it many years ago. It has been suggested by some people that it could be called the Earth Chronicles, and I would agree in some ways because I read Winesburg, Ohio by Sherwood Anderson back when I was 24 years old, and I was so taken with his ability to speak of certain kinds of characters and certain kinds of situations in a small town that I said to myself, someday when I'm older, I would love to do a book like this, but put it on Mars and take all these people off and place them on the red planet and see what would happen to them. So I made a note on that. I think the original note was Earthport, Mars. And I made a list of characters: the Martian, the salesman, the luggage salesman, the Martian woman, etc., etc. And I forgot put the list away over the years. And then when in my late 20s, I began to write a series of short stories about Mars, having forgotten the inspiration given me by Sherwood Anderson. And I went to New York on the Greyhound bus when I was 29 years old. I needed money. My wife was pregnant, and I had a whole bunch of short stories with me, and the editor of Doubleday said to me, "We don't publish short stories. Don't you have a novel?" And I said, "No, I'm not a novelist. I'm a short story writer." He said, "Well, what about all those Martian stories? Wouldn't they make a book?" And a light went on in my head. And I suddenly remembered that list I had made when I was 24 years old. I said, "Yes, by gosh, I haven't thought of it in years, but I think there's a way of sewing all these stories together." He says, "I tell you what, you go home, you go back to your YMCA tonight, $5 a week, YMCA, and you sit up until midnight, and you type out a list of the stories for the Martian Chronicles, and I'll give you a contract tomorrow." So I came back the next day with the outline. I stayed up till 2 in the morning, and by gosh, all the stories hung together. So when you ask me if there is a resemblance between Earth and Mars in the book, indeed there is. The genesis is here, the result is there. And I wasn't exactly predicting a future. I was trying to prevent one by sending us back in time to take a look at what Cortez did, what we did, what all of us did when we came to South America, Central America, and America as explorers. And looking at those examples then, hoping that we behave better as we move to the moon, to Mars, and beyond.
Lord Byron's poem recited in the story, "And the moon be still as bright," was in fact the inspiration for that story.
When I was sitting with my wife last night listening to the tape of The Moon Be Still As Bright. When it was all over, with tears in my eyes, I turned to her and reached out and took her hand. I said, "You're responsible for that story," because she recited the poem to me when we were courting 41 years ago, before we were married. And we were walking along in the moonlight one night, and all of a sudden she did the whole poem. I said, "Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I've got to write a story about that." So I went home that night and wrote the story. And it became one of the Martian Chronicles. Same way with There Will Come Soft Rains later in the book. She recited that at another time. And instantly, I'm one of those people on impulse that goes within 10 minutes and writes a short story. People hate me for that. I leave the room, I come back an hour later with a new short story.
Curious about how the author comes up with so many stories, our producer asked just how he goes about creating his works.
Well, I've always felt the only way to live is to explode. I get out of bed every morning and step on a landmine, and then they put me back together again the rest of the day. So, in other words, I've had a ball. I've had a lot of fun since I was a child. I've played my way through life. I feel very fortunate that as soon as I get any idea, an hour later it's finished, unless it's a very long idea. But even then, I try to write a novel as quickly as I can, so that I will be truthful. The faster you write, the more honest you are. When you slow down, you begin to make up things. You try to please friends. You try to please political parties or religious parties or whatever. Then that's self-conscious and it's destructive. But if you act on impulse and you get an idea and you immediately say, "Oh, good gracious, that's terrific, huh? Let's do it." And you don't let anyone get in your way. Just go do it, and don't worry about the spelling, don't worry about the facts, don't worry about anything. Finish it, and then there's plenty of time to sit and criticize. That's what our intellect is for, is to judge after the fact something that we did on impulse. And then if it's destructive, if it's evil, then you correct yourself. That's your intellect helping you as well as your intuition.
If he were offered a seat on the next space shuttle flight, or on a manned mission to Mars, would the author go?
People ask me constantly if I would go on the space shuttle or I'll go to Mars on a rocket. I'd be very tempted. I've begun to fly in recent years. I've tried not to let that get around. It spoils my image. But now that I've done it a few times, in fact, I'm going to France on the Concorde in a couple of weeks. And now that I've done that, it might be very tempting especially to go to Mars. Especially, let's imagine that I'm 95 years old and they asked me to go. And I thought, well, it's a great place to be buried, isn't it, huh? Put me in a tomato soup can and plant me on Mars and leave me there. And then every night when Mars comes up over the horizon, people will say, "Oh my God, there's that old SOB again."
The Omni audio experience will continue on side 2.
Sam Parkhill did not see the blue sand ships looming up behind him. He was not aware of the inhabitants of the ships. Dark blue images, masked men with silvery faces and blue stars for eyes, men with carved golden ears, men with tinfoil cheeks and ruby-studded lips. Men following him. Martian men. Ray Bradbury's The Off-Season.
Spick and span. Hey, Emmy! Honey?
Yeah?
Turn on the sign, would you?
The sign? What for?
Just do it.
There.
Ain't that beautiful? Sam's hot dogs. You know, it wasn't easy to get that neon up here in one piece, all the way from Earth.
Yeah, I know, Sam.
Gee, if the boys from the 4th expedition could see me now, huh? All these years later, I finally got my dream place.
Well, whatever happened to them? Captain Wilder?
Yeah, Wilder.
And Spender?
Spender? That nut. He was going to save the planet. He killed a lot of good men. And Wilder, last I heard, he was off to Jupiter.
Yeah?
He's probably retired by now. If he hasn't been killed in some fool expedition. Too bad they aren't here today to see me. 20 years later. Hey, Emmy, look at this. I got something I want to show you.
Looks like junk.
It is not junk. It's glass and pottery. I thought I'd line both sides of the walkway with it. I've been collecting it up in the hills, huh? There's still lots of old Martian cities up there, you know.
Don't they call that looting?
Emmy. Here, do some sweeping while I arrange this stuff. Yes, sir. First man on Mars with a hot dog stand. Best onions and chili on 2 worlds. And what a location, huh? Right where 2 main highways come together.
2 dead highways.
Well, not for long, Emmy. When they start that mining project over there, trucks from the Earth settlement will be passing by here 24 hours a day.
Oh, sure.
Why, we might even have to put in some gas pumps. And pretty soon there'll be thousands of work rockets coming from Earth with 10,000 hungry customers.
I'll believe it when I see it.
They'll be here. Now, there. Finished. Yeah? How do you like it?
All that broken glass looks like an accident waiting to happen to me.
Well, I like it. And so will our customers. I tell you, this time next year, we'll be rich. Thousands and thousands of hungry people, and all mine.
Sam?
Huh?
Here's your first customer.
You again? What are you doing here?
I've come to speak to you.
I told you not to come near here. You could catch the disease. You could die.
I have had the Earth disease.
Why do you come down here to bother me? Go back to the hills. We belong, huh? Go on.
I have come for an important reason.
I don't care. I don't like Martians. I told you that this morning. How come I've been here 20 years and never seen a Martian? And all of a sudden you show up twice in one day. Leave me alone, can't you?
The days of the Earthmen on Mars are over.
Who says?
Earth is doomed. This very night.
Listen, you. Don't talk to me about Earth. I'm from Earth, New York City. I don't need you telling me what's happening on Earth. Pretty soon there'll be 10,000 men coming from Earth to work on this planet. And sooner or later, they all gotta pass by this hot dog stand. And most of them will stop in at least once or twice to have a bite to eat. And I'll be ready for them. And nobody, not even no Martian, is gonna get in my way. You see this? It's a gun. After you left this morning, I got it out. I unloaded it.
Sam, be careful with that.
You will not listen? Then let me show you this. I have brought this for you.
Drop it. I don't know what it is, but drop it. Now get on your way.
It is important that you know.
You don't think I'll use this, huh?
Sam, don't. Oh, Sam!
Now, go on, get, huh? Next time I won't shoot at the ground.
Tonight, watch the sky.
The sky, Sam?
Ah, he's nuts. Hey, look what he dropped.
It's a scroll with some kind of picture writing.
Martian scribbles. I can't read it. It's nothing. Forget it. Let's shut the sign off and go inside for a while. It wouldn't hurt to lock the doors either. Come on.
Sam? It's getting dark. What are you doing out there?
Sweeping. The wind's blowing sand all over my clean walkways.
Who cares? There's no customers.
Well, there will be. You'll see. It may be quiet now, but...
Shh. Sam, listen.
What? I don't hear
Look. Out there, look.
Emmy. Emmy!
Here they come.
They look like sand ships. But they can't be.
They look like it to me.
But they were all confiscated, sold to museums, sent back to Earth. I'm the only one in this whole territory who's got one and who knows how to run it.
Not anymore.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Why?
They're attacking! Those are Martian sand ships, Emmy. And I took a shot at one of those Martians this morning. Have you forgotten? Come on!
Well, where are we going?
Into town. Come on, get in the truck. Come on. Come on. Start, damn you, start!
Oh, look at them. They're beautiful, bright, blue sails.
Start. Start! No, it's no use. I've flooded it now.
There must be a dozen of those ships.
Quick, get out of the truck. The sand ship. Come on, get in, get in.
And let you drive me in a sand ship? No, thank you.
There's no time to argue. I've been using this ship the last few weeks to transport supplies. I can do it.
Don't get us killed in this thing.
Ah, there's nothing to it, really. I'll just let the sail out. Ah, there.
What happens now?
We should be moving. Ah, the anchor. I forgot to pull a sand anchor. Here. There. Now we're really moving.
Is it safe to go so fast?
Oh, sure. Isn't this great? I told you I could handle it. I showed them. Look at them, Emmy. We're leaving them in our dust.
Ah, they could have stopped you if they'd wanted. They just didn't try.
Oh, come off it. I outran them. They just weren't quick enough, that's all.
Weren't they? They're getting closer. Look.
Don't worry. I've learned a few tricks with this thing. All I gotta do is
Go back.
What? Who said that?
Go back. Turn this ship around.
Sam. Look behind you.
Huh? Who are you? What are you doing on my ship? Get off!
This isn't your ship. It's as old as our world. It sailed the sand seas 10,000 years ago, when the seas were whispered away and the docks were empty.
You're not real. You're some sort of vision or ghost.
Turn around and go back to the crossroads. We have need to talk with you.
No! You're trying to trick me. Now get off my ship.
You must return at once.
I mean it! Jump off or I'll shoot you.
Don't.
I'll count to 3, then I'm pulling the trigger.
I won't hurt you. Neither will the others.
1!
Listen to me.
Sam, listen to the girl.
2!
We only want to talk.
Sam!
3!
We need to...
Emmy. Did you see that? She's gone. She just turned into smoke. This is crazy. Emmy? Emmy, listen to me.
There's nothing to hear, Sam.
We'll be in town soon. Then we'll be safe. Then they'll see. I'll show them. They can't harass me and get away with it. I'll show them. I'll show everybody.
Go ahead, show us, Sam.
Hey, here comes one of their old cities. A few bullets will fix all those crystal towers. Ha! Hey! Ha! Hey, how's that, huh? Did you see that? Huh? No more city. Oops, I missed one. There. Emmy, look. They're closing in. The ships are cutting me off. I can't stop them. They've outnumbered me.
Stop the ship, Sam.
Oh, it's no use. Oh, I'm stopping. Oh, yeah, I'll put out the anchor. Emmy, there must be 100 of them. 100 of them. Don't say anything. I'll handle it. I didn't do anything. It was all a mistake. I'm an honest man. Just ask anybody. I just wanted to build the best little hot dog stand you ever saw, right back on the highway. The only hot dog stand on Mars. With the best hot dogs you ever tasted, you know, with chili and onions and maybe some orange juice. Look, don't hurt me. Hey, here's my gun. Right here. You can have it. There. I give up.
Pick up your gun.
What?
Your gun. Pick it up. Put it away.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Now, turn your ship around and go back to your stand. We will not harm you.
You won't?
You ran away before we could explain. Please, return to the crossroads with us. Come.
Sure. We'll come back. You betcha. Emmy? Emmy, did you hear that? They aren't gonna hurt us. They just want to talk. Come on, we're going back.
Sure, Sam, whatever you say.
Well, this is it. Sorry we don't have room for all of you inside, but...
Prepare yourselves. Prepare the viands. Prepare the foods and wines. For tonight is indeed a great night.
I don't, understand.
Prepare your place of food. And take this.
What is it?
Sam, that looks like what the other Martian tried to give us this morning. The scroll has the same picture writing.
It is a deed to all of the territory from the Silver Mountains to the Blue Hills, from the Dead Salt Sea to the distant valleys of Moonstones and Emerald.
For me? Mine?
Yours.
All of it?
100,000 miles of territory.
Do you hear that, Emmy? He's giving me all the land, as far as we can see. But why? Why are you giving me all this?
That's not all. Here, take these.
Look at this. 6 more scrolls. More land. I must own half of Mars. Emmy, did you hear me?
I heard.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Tonight is the night. You must prepare. Be ready.
Oh, I will be. What is it, a surprise? Are the Earth rockets coming earlier than I thought? You must know something I don't, eh? Thousands of men coming to work and eat. And me with the only hot dog stand on the busiest highway next to the busiest mine on Mars.
We leave you now. Prepare. The land is yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you again. Come back sometime when you're good and hungry. It'll be on the house. Emmy, come on. We gotta get busy. All the hot dogs boiled, the buns warm, the chili cooking. We've got a big night ahead of us. Come on. Yeah, that's all the onions. Oh, boy, am I happy, huh? I'm so happy I'm crying. Or maybe it's just the onions.
Yeah.
No, it's my lucky day, all right. Hey, how are those hot dogs coming, huh?
Enough to feed an army.
Oh, just think. That Martian set a surprise tonight. I was surprised enough when they gave me all their land. Can you believe it? Gee. I hope we've got enough napkins. I wasn't expecting all this business quite so soon. If the rockets show up tonight, there'll be 10,000 people on the highway by morning. Tonight of all nights, we'll be flooded. Just think of the money we'll make. Listen, you better start peeling some potatoes. I don't want to run low on French fries. Boy, what a night. Hey, wait. Forget the potatoes for a minute, huh? Let's run out and check the sky and see if those rockets are coming, huh? Come on.
All right.
Oh, boy. It's a beautiful night out here. Smell that breeze. It almost reminds me of the sagebrush we smelled on that trip to Arizona one time. You see anything?
No rockets. Look at Earth tonight.
Good old Earth. Good old, wonderful Earth. Send me you're hungry and you're starved. Here's Sam Parkhill, his hot dogs all boiled, his chili cooking, everything neat as a pin. Come on, Earth, send me your rockets.
Come on, it's getting chilly out here.
Yeah. I guess we should finish up inside. The rockets. You hear them? The Martians were right. Tonight is the night.
No, Sam, not the rockets. Look.
What is it?
It's Earth.
Oh, it can't be. It can't be Earth.
You mean it couldn't be Earth? It's caught fire.
No.
It's burning.
It's not Earth. It's not possible. It's not.
Well, switch on more lights. Turn up the music. Open the doors. There'll be another batch of customers along in about 1,000,000 years or so. Oh, great place for a hot dog stand. Yes, sir.
No. No.
Let you in on a little secret, Sam. Looks like this is going to be an off-season.
While numerous studies have been published on the human brain's capability to store information, none has been more entertaining than Ken Nordine's priceless dialogue entitled Memories.
Ever try to remember something and you can't think of what it is you're trying to remember?
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Does it bother you?
Yeah, sometimes it does, yeah.
It kind of makes me feel edgy. I can't remember. As if somewhere inside the memory section of the brain, there's a huge lost and found filled with the lonely little memories just waiting around to be found again. Wonder what sort of filing system the brain uses. Oh, you mean for the memories we forget? Yeah. That'd be nice if there was a neat, easy-to-get filing cabinet. You could open a drawer, marked with the date and the time of day or night, and there it'd be in a folder. Maybe marked happy. Yeah, that you could open, make yourself happier than larks are supposed to be. Just remembering some little moment you thought you forgot. Oh, what about names? Yeah. All the people we forget that we shouldn't. Like I'll never forget what's his name. And there'd be another drawer marked sad. Folder filled with tears. And what about bittersweet? Wonder what's in there. Oh, a lot of mixed up, happy, sad stuff. Good for whiling away rainy days. Is there such a thing as total recall? I don't think so. I don't have it if there is. And why we remember what we do and forget what we do is a mystery to me. And what about the filing system? In the lost and found? Yeah. Well, that's probably in the basement of the brain. Cobwebbed by spiders. Spiders? Little spiders of our thinking that weave webs. Webs of what? Of everything that used to be. Oh. The long, lost, forgotten memories that just lie there in some strange filing system, gathering time, dust in the basement of the brain. I go down there every now and then when I get edgy and try to find something I'm trying to remember and can't. Ever find it? Sometimes, but most of the time I find something else. Like what? Some other memory that I'd forgotten and didn't think I was looking for. Give me a for instance. Right now? Yeah. Well, my almost forgotten father, who's been gone for so long now. Yeah, how he loved to practice his cello. One of the bittersweet memories. Yeah, bittersweet.
In today's growing New Age market, one need not look far to find a vast array of self-help audio programming. Many of these high-tech audio aids are accompanied by some form of subliminal communication. While the use of subliminals dates back much further than one might think, many questions are still being asked about the use of this popular form of autosuggestion. Questions vary from the suspicious, am I being brainwashed, to the curious, how can I make my own subliminal tapes? In search of answers to such questions, we contacted Dr. Eldon Taylor, licensed lie detection examiner and professional hypnotist specializing in forensic work. Taylor, who is the author of the book Subliminal Communication, Emperor's Clothes or Panacea, referred us to his book for many of our answers. According to Dr. Taylor, in order to create a subliminal audio tape, for example, a spoken message is laid down beneath a musical format. The level of the message is kept just below the level of the music, so that under normal conditions, the conscious mind does not perceive it. The general theory behind subliminal communication is that since the subliminal message is able to bypass the conscious mind, which normally operates as a filter to screen input, the hidden message goes directly to the unconscious level of the mind, where it is accepted without question. In theory, if subliminal messages are positive and uplifting, they can help a person suffering from low self-esteem, for example, by inputting directly to the subconscious mind positive statements about the individual without first having them filtered out or discredited, as might normally be the case. Some individuals choose to create their own customized subliminal tapes. In his book, Dr. Taylor outlines 6 basic steps to creating your own subliminal tape. First, select and obtain the needed equipment, which includes 3 cassette players with external input and output capabilities, an inexpensive sound mixer, and a white noise generator, available at most audio dealers. Next, write and record your script. Write your affirmations in an all-positive manner, such as I feel healthy, rather than I am not sick. Speak slowly and meaningfully into the recorder, repeating the script over and over for the desired length of time. Now record another cassette with the chosen white noise sound, possibly ocean waves. This recording should be the same length as the voice track. Next, run the 2 players through the sound mixer to the 3rd player. Adjust the volume levels so that one can barely perceive the spoken affirmations when mixed with the ocean's sound.
I am calm. My body is completely new. I am at peace with myself and the world around me. I am calm. My body is completely new.
When all adjustments are made, record the mix onto the third player. Now select what is called the principal carrier. For our homemade version, music generally works best. Record the chosen music onto a cassette tape. Finally, place the cassette tape containing your first mix of the message and ocean sounds into one player. With the music in another player, mix the two tapes onto a new master. As a footnote, Taylor adds, you may want to inquire of one of the established companies distributing Subliminal products before going to the time and expense involved in creating your own. Many companies will provide custom Subliminal work for substantially less than the cost of equipment to produce homemade tapes. Obvious questions arise concerning the use of subliminals by those who are less than scrupulous. It is certainly possible, some believe, that we are unknowing recipients of subliminal messages not of our choosing. It is also believed, however, that the average healthy individual who employs positive self-talk can counteract these negative messages with their own positive ones. Positive subliminals may also offset these negative messages. Taylor concludes, however, Subliminal offers an affordable and effortless way to rewrite and rebalance the language and equations existing in the biocomputer, the unconscious or subconscious mind. Thus, we really have an opportunity to truly assume charge of the controls. We can indeed change ourselves and the world around us. With this realization, the possibilities become limitless. Subatomic particles are to many a rather mysterious phenomenon. In his humorously unique fashion, Ken Nordine attempts to explain just how unusual they are. His piece is entitled Quarks.
Strange. It's very strange how strange can be. You never know quite what to expect. You've been there, haven't you? Easy to get to. Strange is just on the edge of taken for granted. You get there by paying very, very close attention there to what you thought you had all figured out somewhere. And then something changes inside. And with that change, you find yourself inside of strange, with nothing quite being what you thought it would be. No experiment. For example, you find yourself picking your way through strange textures as yet detected that have been magnified into something quite different. A single isolated quark from the pigeonhole your mind is used to roosting in. There's up. Simple, everyday phrases down. Strange. Come monster forth, charm from simple sayings. Bottom. A quark. What is it? Is a funny, hypothetical entity that we've guessed is there. Where? Somewhere inside the basic constituent of matter. Up, down, strange, charmed. Way back in 1977, on Thursday, the bottom, or B quark, was detected. And in 1984, the top, or or T-Quark, also referred to as beauty and truth, respectively. Truth is beauty. Beauty is truth.
The Omni Audio Experience was produced by Bonneville Media Communications in collaboration with Omni Publications International Limited. Stories from the Martian Chronicles were written by Ray Bradbury. The audio adaptation, sound design, production, and direction for the stories were by Michael McDonough. Music for the opening was composed and arranged by Merrill Jensen. The musical underscore for the stories was composed and arranged by Greg Hansen. Narrator for the opening and the stories was Percy Rodriguez. Our actors included Scott Wilkinson, Max Robinson, Ivan Crosland, Alex Starr, Michael Flynn, Michael McDonough, Martha Henstrom, Alan Stark, Marvin Payne, Bryce Chamberlain, Janet Swenson, Morgan White, and Beverly Rowland. Additional segments were produced by Bill Connor and Chris Harding, with assistance from the editorial staff at Omni Publications International Limited. Special segments by Ken Nordine were produced by the Ken Nordine Group. Executive producers were Chris Harding and Kobe Regier. Unauthorized duplication of this tape is in violation of applicable federal laws. This is Sherry Saylor for the Omni Audio Experience.